this event today. It's because we are part of the Urbact CHANGE project, and this is a learning event. So the whole purpose of this event is for us to learn, it's for you to learn. It's for public participation networks to learn. So we want to learn more about what conditions are needed for successful collaboration, participation and co-design. We want to learn more about other types of citizen participation other than what the PPN is doing at the moment. We want to think about how public services in Ireland could be more collaborative, and then we just want to come together and meet and share ideas.
The programme provides for cities in their own local area to be able to host events, exchanges, visits within their own city, to examples of practice, to develop their own understanding and get learning on a particular topic. There's 4 key themes we'd like to explore, and they include education, communication, resources, and the politics, which is in relation to people's kind of agendas and I suppose boundaries, restrictions, work practices, all that kind of stuff.
My name is Simon. I'm actually a design researcher and I'm working with the Environmental Protection Agency, which seems a bit odd because the EPA is the regulatory and enforcement agency for environmental policy in Ireland. But my work is I'm actually looking at the design of public services within the context of the EPA and looking at issues to do with how we design services to support behaviour change within communities and within households around environment and sustainability. So one of the things when we start talking about kind of design of public services, and not to insult any public servants, but quite often actually how services are delivered, we kind of sort of say it's unconsciously designed. So services are maybe delivered based on decisions that were made a long time ago that, without actually thinking about how this is designed around people's needs. And when we think about innovation within the public sector, we talk about this idea of, rather than being a very thoughtful innovation process, it's actually more about disjointed incrementalism and kind of adding bits onto services over time to, which is not necessarily thinking about the people who need to use those services and who rely on them. So very quickly, so the benefits from looking at all these types of projects, obviously some of the benefits that we saw is that the process of co-design helps the public sector to better understand the people who are using the services that they are delivering, over and above kind of surveys and that type of information. With some of the projects, there was a greater sense of ownership and perceived credibility of the service because the service users and people have been involved from the very beginning. A lot of projects have to align processes within one local government, but also across agencies, because they have to look at how they deliver the service very, very differently. Obviously, this issue about building trust, so just a more general idea that if citizens are involved in designing the services that they use every day, they tend to trust them more, and also better evidence.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane. I'm based in Dublin Council and just here to talk to you today about Dublin Council Beta. So, just give you 2 terms because I might flip back and forth between them. Dublin Council Beta is the back-end ecosystem that enables trials to occur. And the trials are called beta projects, okay? So the ecosystem is things like, if a staff member needs time to do it, how do they get permission to get that time? If a trial needs a certain amount of money, where's that pot of money come from and so on. So that for me is the back end. It's the bit of the iceberg that's below the water. The public generally doesn't really see it unless they are into this kind of stuff. The bit that they tend to see is the projects on the street. So thinking big, the kind of projects that we saw now are kind of, this is the phrase of last week, okay, quick trickle. Lots of little projects coming through all the time, either suggestions from staff, citizens, business, whatever, okay? But equally, can we think of can we look at the city challenge at the same time? So thinking about the scales. Okay, arts and traffic light boxes is lovely, but we have a housing crisis going on. Do you not know about that? Okay? Equally, if you're only trying to solve housing crisis, when do you actually do lots of those little interesting projects that actually make a place a lovely place to live? Okay? Or equally build up the morale staff, or equally teach staff how to use these kind of methods. So probably the plan as of next year is going to be that roughly a third of the time will be spent on developing this concept of DC Beta. A third of the time will be spent on the City Challenge, or City Challenges maybe, and a third of the time on these quick trickle projects.
Good afternoon, everybody. And first of all, I'd like to say that it has been a most inspiring morning so far. And I hope I don't let anybody down at this stage. And I want to particularly pay, a tribute to the PPN for organising this. And reference we made to the PPN already. And I'm delighted that they're around, because we do need, to engage much more with citizens. We agreed at the beginning that we would have to have everybody to buy in. So the fact that, it came from maybe a few people was important, that we get the different colours that we have in the chamber. We have 40 councillors and we need them all to buy into it. We did succeed in getting 160 submissions. 17 of these were shortlisted. In other words, some of them were weeded out because of the criteria we set. Some were combined together, and then we put them back out for voting, and we left the period between the 22nd and 26th of May, and 2,598 people voted.
But for today, Laura asked me to think about how do we prepare people to participate, and I thought that was a really interesting question. So it's I think it's a really interesting thing to think about, this preparation. And I think what was on our side in this process are these kind of 4 main points, which is time. So we've had a long time to work with this community. So we've been there since 2015. It'll be summer 2018 probably when we finish this process. And so I hope, in those 3 years, working really closely with the community, that would have brought them on a really interesting journey. But that by the end of it, they will, have learned all sorts of new things, that they'll have a real sense of ownership over the space, and they will feel genuinely involved and consulted and part of the process.
A few things, but I just want to kind of understand what had to be there, or what had to happen in order for this to happen.
It would never have happened without the Chief Executive's support. That was very vital, and enthusiasm, and the commitment of staff. The fact that they were prepared to go into the unknown and to stick their necks out. Every one of those workshops we had were facilitated by community staff from the County Council. And without that level of, commitment, the project would never have worked.
The other part, but then obviously we're just having time, being able to kick this off without it having to prove just this tiny idea that was in my head, have to prove it in advance, just to be able to say, look, I could spend 10% of my week in this. It was huge.
The digital phrase that we used to say, our co-design is a contact sport, which is kind of a stupid thing to say, but what it means is the best co-design is done face-to-face with people. And so digital is kind of it can be useful, it can be, it's a tool to use at the right time, but I would always think that there needs to be that face-to-face, people actually meeting each other. There's now lots of research around code, the practice of co-design, and even the type of data that you get from engaging people face-to-face, and engaging people in making and these kind of creative activities is far better than if you just send out an online survey and expect people to. And at that point, one of the things they sort of say, it's not the message, it's who tells the message. And we know that peer-to-peer learning is far, people will trust, their friend or their family that tells them something more than government. So it's trying to find ways of working with social networks and groups of people to kind of get messages out there rather than forcing out leaflets through everyone's door.
Yeah, and the trust thing as well, I think with bringing people to decision makers, I thought was a really big thing for us. So like when we were out in Ballyfermot, we kept referencing Les Moore, who's the head of parks, who's ultimately kind of in charge of the budget for building the park, and like he sort of became this infamous man, like this Les. And then they finally met him, and it was just it had a huge impact on how they kind of saw the project then going forward. Because he was, he's a person, and he was very good, and he was really good at, he was well able to talk to them and listen to them, and he's ultimately going to deliver a really brilliant facility for them. But it was huge that they had that opportunity to talk to the actual decision maker, because I was really just a mediator.